You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, where they stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We where they bring this edition come to this Thursday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Today is Thursday, the 17th day of July 2025. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today, we will continue for look at the APC and the SLPP, also on better and governance. Also, we will continue for look at in terms of service delivery and impact within two political parties. We are the oldest serving political party in our Salon, whose impact they don't make so far na the lives of Salon people and within Kenyan government. But today we will take them to the academic level. Also, we can talk to two seasoned analysts them where they can tell with their own perspective waiting and think but then two political parties are within Kenyan governance. Now that's what they can discuss inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
Well, this and other issues them day na the program for you this Thursday morning. Yesterday, if you followed the edition of the Breakfast Show, we've been talking to two seasoned politicians them where na Honorable Alhaji Ibrahim Ben Kabo, where they represent the All People's Congress APC party, and Honorable Alhaji Dr. Alpha Khan. Him be they represent a new party we say don't join when at the SLPP. Also then lay the foundation for the conversation where we they continue with. And today we go to the University of Salon and bring two lecturer them where go can tell we what it mean from an academic standpoint, because they don't see different administration them under the SLPP and the APC. And in terms of service delivery, we mean say in terms of for deliver the thing they working in the manifesto them. Uswan na the preferred choice, and Uswan by the two governments them with rule Salon ki able for do some of the things them when they put inside the manifesto. And at the studio this morning, I want to welcome Dr. Charles Jose Silva, when a political analyst and also a lecturer at the political science department na Frabe College. Good morning, Dr. Silva.
Yeah, good morning, Khadija, and good morning, viewers and listeners.
We get Dr. Victor Moinina, we also a lecturer na IPAM, Faculty of Leadership and Governance, and also he can serve as social commentator, especially on issues them we get for do with leadership and governance. Good morning, Dr. Moinina.
Good morning, Madam Khadija, and good morning, viewers.
Well, now with two analysts then that we get to the studio this morning as they can continue with the conversation we'll start yesterday. Today we're going to the academia and look at waiting the two lecturer them and also two analysts them feel, but the two system them we don't run the country. But before we go there, we dey go now na parliament. Usai yesterday na parliament, the leader for the main opposition APC party, when Honorable Abdukabo say then they reject the appointment of the new commissioner, of the new electoral commissioner for the southern region, where His Excellency the President's letter way come out na State House this BNTM they show say His Excellency the President Dr. Julius Madabio do appoint a new commissioner when Mr. Alex Pat Labib Safar as electoral commissioner for the eastern region, and this according to the laws of the country. Then say the president supposed for consult political party them and other stakeholder them before it make appointments for any electoral commissioner. Well, where this appointment letter been come out will be a concern from a lawyer where also they aspire for be flag bearer for the All People's Congress APC party. When a lawyer Adi Macaulay, he challenged this decision of His Excellency the President, and he say they gonna court. And yesterday, the opposition leader in Parliament CF said then they reject this particular appointment. On the phone, I'll get Honorable Abdul Kagbo. Good morning, Mr. Opposition Leader, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Mabel. Good morning, the people of Salon.
All right. Last week, we see a letter we come out from the office of the president for inform Mr. Alex Labib Safar say it don't please His Excellency for appoint him for be the new electoral commissioner for the eastern region. We see Usa you comrade them from the APC, lawyer Di Macaulay, been challenged this appointment in say now one of the rigging tactics them way His Excellency the President don't begin for the 2028 election. From an opposition leader point of view, wanna see this appointment from His Excellency? Wanna be feel surprised, or now wanna all make this decision based on the consultation where the president supposed to make with other political parties?
Well, of course, now the constitution now give president the mandate for appoint, but in consultation with political parties. Waiting and they mean. It means say if you want to appoint commissioners, if you call all the political parties, then the registered political parties, then you inform them, say this person now I will appoint for this position. The yearly from the political parties, then waiting and get for say. And waiting and get for say, now for determine waiting the president for do. Well, totally bound by waiting the political party, then go tell them. But the consultation is compulsory if we go ahead. One, we get a letter from the Secretary General of the All People's Congress Party, where indicative of the fact they were not consulted as a political party, and even the appointments where they copy the party, the letter was not served on the party, so he never received the letter. Secondly, the person in question where they appoint a public officer. A public officer, according to subsection 4B of section 32 of the Constitution, it say no public officer not qualify for all that position there. And on all see the interview we do during the vetting process. We've been there live, and people record the video a lot. We've been there live. Usai Mr. Safar admits, say yes, he went through the normal recruitment processes, and they pay him from the consolidated revenue, and in been current staff. He not say it all resign, he say in been current staff to present, even in CV, na than they write there. And even where I ask him, he say waiting there in CV all is correct. Meaning in been current staff, in a current staff, he never resign, and in a public officer. And the Constitution forbid a public officer for be appointed into such an office. In fact, that's now one of the reasons why the Constitution called for consultations for political parties. If the president consults political parties, then for don't tell and say, His Excellency, this man a public officer, and no qualify for all that position, then adjustment for them be made from that stage day before it carry through. Then thirdly, Resolution 9 show how then for appoint commissioner. resolution 9 of the recommendations of the tripartite committee show how them for appoint commissioner, and then processes then they not be followed. So at the end of the day, when we go to the vetting process, it was clear the commission, the commissioner we president appoints SF agree, say yes in our current staff, they take salary from the consolidated revenue and not resign, and in a public officer, and public officer not qualify for be electoral commissioner. And if them force down the immunity, they don't go against the 1991 constitution when a treasonable offense. We know one dinner history for committing treason in this country. So now that make we accuse ourselves during the interview after we don't confirm from the appointee himself, saying our current staff he was given an appointment, and the minister from the consolidated revenue fund. So we actions that we make, we left the home. We not continue with vetting. Now that we don't confirm, qualify from the constitution, and we no one go against anything we get for do with the constitution.
Honorable, quick one. Una recuse una self and walk out of the interview room, but this not stop the interview process for go on. We mean say after the interview process, the appointment committee they can present Mr. Safa as a candidate na the well of Parliament for approval. One go to wonder this walkout of the interview room, whose difference it really make?
Yeah, it make difference. Today you go get time, you go get chance for go against the constitution. But going against the constitution, na crime, it go hunt you one day. So we no one let down the country. We no one let it we be part of the history of Salone. Say we now we go approve somebody with a public officer for be electoral commissioner. So we accuse ourselves because we no one be seen as any group of people the way they go against the constitution of the land. And no sooner we left the room, we see the release them. Then insert commodity. We be returned for the next appointee we not get any issue. So to we recuse ourselves, and also me feel say themselves will take the constitution big past the individual thoughts and the individual feeling for the person in question, because the constitution are in the control we hold. If anybody go against this constitution, not reasonable offense.
What in the APC MP them point exactly? Is it that na the appointment where you say this nominee still hold, or na the bridge of constitution where you say His Excellency the President no consults una na the APC because it might don't consult other political parties and stakeholder them? One go to wonder what in a point exactly.
We point now that now two clauses then at the constitution then bridge. The one we get for do with compulsory consultation of political party, it not happen. We they not tell we as a political party. They not consult with we. We are not invited to any form of meeting for consultation, and the Secretary General even confirms say the letter we go public who side the right say then copy the party. It was not served the letter. Then secondly, the other law again we then go against the constitution. Now 4B, subsection 4B of section 32, which should say public officer not qualify for serving at that position. And the Mr. Safa, from when we interview in a been public officer, he never resigned. And he said that himself. He say all within the CV correct. And in his CV say in executive assistant from 2020 to present. You see, so then they also go against the constitution. We no want the party to anything where they go against the constitution, because there is government because of that constitution.
Honorable, before una they walk out yesterday, like you said the public been the watch. Una been get this long-standing discussion, I go say, like how the deputy speaker said been it's try for challenge you say the constitutional provisions so you give instead give your provisions according to wetin e dey explain, the president did all wetin dey inside the constitution for this appointment. There is a principal advisor to the president when at the office of the attorney general. Also the attorney general, I believe anything we get to do with the constitution suppose for advise the president. Is it safe because of this appointment where una don't take una stand say una no go gree for? Is it safe for say na ill advise and give the president with the two constitutional breach them where you say they make on this appointment?
Of course. Let's begin first with the Deputy Speaker. The Deputy Speaker quotes the Constitution. We clearly defined offices that were not to public office. And offices that were not to public office include members of parliament, include the military, and also, another very close, the EC. All members of any commission will be established by parliament. The members then they're not public officers. And interestingly, the deputy speaker they say, because the man have been staff, now be executive assistant, so in a member of Electoral Commission, we are telling very clearly, say the Electoral Commission gets only 6 members. And the 6 members, na the Chief Electoral Commissioner, and the 5 regional commissioners. Now they're only not the members. There is difference between staff of the commission and members of the commission. Now only members of the commission, they're not so public officers, but all staff of the commission, now public officer. And I feel say the deputy speaker be understand that at the end of the day. Just feel like with the parliament. Yeah? Members of parliament indeed, then staff of parliament indeed. So staff of parliament are not members of parliament. And even when we didn't have the parliament, so we get a commission. Not all members of parliament are part of the commission. They're not members of the commission. The commission was established by parliament, but now the leadership, now then the commission. So you being a member of parliament does not necessarily make you a member of the commission established by parliament. So to me, the interpretation from the deputy minister, from the deputy speaker, get issue.
Una they see this as honorable. Una they see this as a deliberate act, being that you already they allege say now 2 constitutional breach the president make for this appointment, and also giving an appointment to somebody who not qualified for the position. Una they see am like a deliberate act.
Well, I see am say the president is not properly advised constitutionally. Because one, let we just come to the consultation. Consultation are for all the political parties then, registered political parties then. Now can sit down. You tell them, say, hey, now this person, our appointment. Then you listen from them. And not mean say you for stick by the advice. President now get the right for hire. But if you do in consultation, once you consult with the political parties, you don't fulfill that requirement there. Not to the appointment letter you for copy political parties. You for consult with them first before you they make the appointment. So that political parties then go don't know the appointment or whether you they appoint before you they make them. For example, like I say, if the president for don't consult with the opposition, when our APC, we for don't seize the opportunity for inform the president say, hey, this man na public officer, and public officer they're not qualified. So if we don't save the embarrassment we go happen at the vetting process, who side the nominee self go accept say yes in a public officer, yes in not resign, yes in a current staff from 2020 to present, and all of them things then they. Now then they make the consultation very, very important. The consultation not means say you for stick by waiting and tell you. Where the parties then don't reply, you for go by the law. Waiting and tell you if it's lawful, you for adjust to that. But if it's not lawful, then the president for do it in feel say correct through the law. So this all now for make democratic processes very seamless and very easy.
You they talk about democratic processes. One, you say the APC gets a position, say the president not consult with una before he make this appointment. As members of parliament, una be aware say the president not consult una party. Why una take a time go the part of the committee where be the vets, where una no say una not be even then at the starting of the appointment wey suppose constitutionally una been supposed for the part of una wait say una go na the committee begin the interview before una waka comot na do.
Yes. Interestingly, in Parliament, the word parler come off from a French word wey mean talk. In Parliament, na the service for let you take action, you not talk why make you take that action. Your actions would be misinterpreted. So when they get the committee, now that make we seize the opportunity for go explain, say, and our party was not consulted in this appointment, which is a constitutional breach. And secondly, now the fact say we go confirm say yes, he is a public servant. He received salary even last month, and he not resign, and he then plan from 2020 to present. So all of them things then they if we not go na the committee, we know for confirmer. If we not go na the committee, the public know for no say we were not consulted. So we seize the opportunity for go na the committee and vent out waiting. And secondly, the committee not to inomo them in the interview. The committee in the interview order nominees them from the president will not get issue. Some of them are very qualified. Some of them are fit for the position. So we not for say we deprive all of them people and they will fit for the position. All of them people and they will qualify for the position. For somebody will get constitutional issue. We say no law will not even face the committee. You see, so now that make we go. Not the committee. I
don't walk away from the committee vetting process yesterday, and that not stop the process not for go on. Mr. Safawena is still a presidential nominee. Don't go through an interview process where means obviously then they can before Parliament for approval. What is the next step from the APC MPs in Parliament? Una go they part of a approval, or una go still stay away from anything we get for do with Mr. Safa as a presidential nominee in approval?
No, well, we go do a minority report. In the minority report, we go state clearly we position. And we go state similarly the confessions, the admissions that we make during the course of the interview. Say yes, he receive money from the consolidated revenue and in staff from 2020 to present. We clearly breach subsection 4B of 32. And we go also state say we were not consulted as a political party. We similarly breach the constitution. So we go give a report we clearly go vindicate we from any constitutional abrogation. We go give the minority report.
Apart from vindicating you guys, say una dey part of the breach of constitution where you dey allege say the president don't commit. Whose difference exactly this una minority reports go make to the process in order for stop Mr. Safa from becoming electoral commissioner for the Eastern region?
It go make a huge difference. It go make a huge difference. Huge difference in the sense that when you go against constitution, today you at the end of the day, history go remember you. At the end of the day, the public will remember you. At the end of the day, the records of Parliament go say, hey, now then set of people there, now then go against this constitution. Now they insist. Now that make I hope very well say with their admissions then we Mr. Safa make, members of Parliament from the ruling bench also go look and recuse themselves from approving them, because they all clearly see what he say and we all agree with he say. When a clear breach of the constitution. So nobody talk for Mr. Safa. In the interview and SSL mean they answer the questions. And then questions then they will answer clearly indicative of the fact say na a public officer. And if they appoint them, na a breach of the constitution.
All right, many thanks for you talk to we. Honorable Abdul Kagbo, opposition leader in Parliament, maybe they confirm say yes yesterday during the interview process for Mr. Alex Abib Safa, where President Biodo appoints for be the new electoral commissioner for the Eastern region. Then Waka come out of the interview process because then say Mr. Safa not qualified for the position and accuse the president for commit two constitutional violations. The one, they say it not consult other political party them before Mr. Safari appointment. And two, then say Mr. Safari still they take money from the consolidated fund where this is not supposed to happen. Honorable Abdul Kabo, they talk inside that interview, they also and say then they do a minority report for table and a parliament. We they continue the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. We still get two studio guests, them two lecturers them from the University of Salon, one from Fuabe College and one from IPAM. The one they lecture on leadership and governance, and the other one a political scientist. We they continue the conversation we start yesterday. Also bring two seasoned politicians them for can debate on the preferred political party them. By the two APC and SLPP, whose one can deliver on the mandates them to the people when they in governance. So they go straight to Dr. Charles Silva, the political scientist from Fuabe College, in a lecturer, for where we can look at this particular topic as we continue for talk on the issues them. Dr. Silva, I put the question to you. Yesterday we started a conversation on service delivery from the two political party them wait on the rule salon for a very long time now. During elections, they all can get manifesto promises. When they come in governance, they get a mandate for deliver on the manifesto promises them. Between the APC and the SLPP, who are good at delivery?
Thank you so much. When I've been ready to invite, and then you tell me about this topic, I begin to laugh. Because it's a very complex question. But for the family then, because perhaps would they come to look at the APC and the SSPP actually when are the main reason why I can't. But I know one thing here. These things, service delivery, what they talk about, not to even a mandate, not about manifesto. It is really about now make the country day. Where it's man can call on the state. They talk about Sierra Leone as a state. And today, we now know say every country in the world, they all get responsibility for do. Now that make them can get political governance. Then political party and for just deliver on behalf of the country. Let's establish that from the under they know that. Then they make we get a government. The role of the government are just like a cook. Just like who they know you cook na house or you get somebody who they take care of you food business or whatever. Now you they provide. If you want make a place clean, now you get for provide all the cleaning materials. If you want for eat the best your favorite dish, now you get for provide resources for that ingredients. Now you make the states the STATE. When another word for country. So now that make we get for put that we get for underscore that. So if they try for ask as to which of the two parties, then the SLPP and the APC, we all know for saying that then don't they rotate as far as governance of Sierra Leone concerned since independence up to this date. But what they talk about APC, we'll get on clearly. APC and SLPP, not Sierra Leoneans. Now if you look at all past election results, you will find out say over 1 million of Sierra Leoneans they vote for APC. Over 1 million Sierra Leoneans and they vote for SLPP. Of course, other people can vote for other parties. But otherwise, then people they whether we like it or not, now we all concerned. Perhaps what you making say, then two parties they are, then when they come, everybody they provide a manifesto. In this part of the world, let's put that into context. Manifestos are projections. Just like what we can say, they plan for go first, and we really reach now the battleground, quite a different scenario. Football, I can say, when we go under normal, as we cross the ball, they go straight into the goal. You don't even know, say, if the opponent we don't decide they want the best player, they for scrapper. Once they scrapper, at least then go down weaken the team. So then what can happen? So coming back, why make they give this contest, or let we know say now from that what they do. Will they really where every political party or political leadership, even when I say now, when I leadership, when I get my own role as journalist. So if we can say, for instance, Liberty Voice and AYV, which one better? First and foremost, we get for make people that know say what's in our role in our society. So all them people there, political parties, when they make government in democracies. In fact, arguments say they say if political parties they not the where they function well and they compete for state power, we not go democracy not go consolidate, it not go fine. Because we not get anything for whole day. Now that made them can make them elections business. So to me, actually, I want for let we know, say, in political party, then they actually perform the role of the state when for they would pay them, and that make them they provide vehicles, now that make them they provide amenities. Then they give them a lot of things just for facilitate because they know say for run a country, particularly poor countries, now a very difficult time. Perhaps what you will get for do? Why should they look at the SLPP and the APC? Means that everyone should not belong to a political party, or are they vote for a political party?
So now that make doc with ask the question for let you get a fair analysis of what you think, but then two political parties are also one better in governance because your experience, you don't witness governments under the SLPP, you don't witness governments under the APC as well. So give you fair assessment as to service delivery, then two political parties, also one they do better when they in governance.
Yes, which one they do better? Now they say it's still very difficult really for me. I come with a clear shot. Say, for instance, in the first instance, then rivalry. Because if we really want to move to the next stage as a people, we get for really talk through to ourselves. We all then at this country. What thing they happen? The rivalry between these two political parties, not the really muzzle the state. So you not go blame anybody against the person. It depends on which side you located. Let we imagine just before we start this side or part of the conversation, even what we've been there, you know, from the opposition leader and all them things. Then all them things they offend the state. Then little time they will get for the spending time and they foresee what you will go really do for make we accomplish this food security business where we already talk about. Just like one they say, every political party where they lead the administration or any country, you get for provide manifesto. But that not necessarily means say because you did in governance, now you one grain the drum. How many people are we really talking about? The government, the ministers, the parliamentarians, the judiciary put together, they represent more than 1% of the population of this country. Yes, you understand that. So now that's the whole thing. Me believe say it all depends on the leadership. For instance, during war, if you look at SLPP, for instance, under President Kabayi administration, now been during wartime. So he succeeded in that. At least he succeed with the help of other people, both locally and internationally. They're able to take care of that. Then when you come, for instance, after President Kaba, then we get former President Nkrumah under the APC. That one was a very something. But for the Ebola outbreak, former President Nkrumah in rule was a very smooth one. The kind of debates the way they enter the country, you know, been then time then. So during that period, able to do a lot of things. For instance, from when me born, Kenya, be not they go Kailan. Kailan na be one place that one day by now you not able for good day. No more to cannot able for cross, but now you can even wear white clothes and good day and can. And other parts of the country able for do that. Then now we don't come from 2013, from 2018 to now, particularly after this past election. We know one day give this country a waste for blue. So when you say this person, they deliver in a context. But what thing can happen normally? You can be very unfortunate as a leader because now not everyone really do anything. But the debate of the debate, when last we don't really see how we able to overcome this electricity business, how we able to deal with as I speak to you now, not because now probably college are 10 and away we are talking about 200 years. We know that's not a matter for discussion. We they discuss issues then well, to me I'm very sorry about it, but you know they really touch on the questions then when they ask service delivery. What in this service delivery? How the students then? What in the transportation of students then? We get school feeding project. How is that? That is not a matter for the two parties then, either in opposition or the like, but rather than their own self-interest.
Now then in governance, we suppose, apart from the fact that they don't make promises within the campaign, but the social contract when they sign up for one can make road, can ensure say lights day, water day, people able to get access to forget food for it and able to provide for let them get something in for it. In as much as you say the government now the people, but then get a greater responsibility for ensure say then services here they're able to provide them for the public.
Thank you very much. You're correct. I totally agree with you. Governments now we from there. But really what thing can happen in our own society, we're dangerous for we. When you elect your party, if you belong to party X, until we get to that point where you go really tell that you brother, that you party person, that you minister where you come from a party, because now that way you win elections, you don't get the presidency, definitely now when they form the executive. Now then they form the executive. The president and the constitution in a democracy, now the president or the prime minister, as the case may be, now get for appoint in ministers and the like, automatically then all don't become members of the executive. Where the president and the chief executive. From within, democracy from within. Because when you look at them people they at the time where they can get for deliver, particularly when they are in opposition. They are only active, you only see with political parties, they're only active, they pay attention to service delivery when they're in governance small. But once they are in the opposition, everything is bad. And that is not very good because that vicious circle will get for stopper. And then two parties who they talk about, one of the things and where they really undermine their capacity for deliver in governance is that they know they really see say when you don't do in governance, your first assignment now for bring everybody together. With the see Rwanda, they don't go through an experience where perhaps yes we go say we war last too long, but then situation been very very serious. But they take on as a national challenge. But we're not able to draw the reason between the national challenge, the national issues and private issues.
But then that national cohesion day and unity. Now one way yesterday we been asked the same question what they asked us. So the representative from the APC in believes in a strength than in politics when in governance for unite the country and get national cohesion.
Well, it depends. If you really bring a party person, what less you will expect from her?
So you are not an academic. What new academics? What you think about this?
What do you think about
under the rule? National unity and cohesion. You believe say the time they always APC done in a partner salon, they're able to do that day?
APC, they always, like all other political parties in this country or elsewhere, they always, they are not then at the bargaining, not then at the trump card for say, would they, well, what they talk is different from what they do. For instance, if you, they're not the one, both parties. If we imagine, we don't get Binti Money 3 now. Me not be a student. I've been there Binti Money 1. What in be the purpose of Binti Money? Elections before, either the elections before, they war for end before elections. Not so. That was the only reason. Then we will come back. Of course, yes, this Binti Money, the second one we will do quite recently, will lead to the formation of the peace and social cohesion something. But even there, as far as I'm concerned, me they take and say, for instance, the Peace and Social Cohesion Commission, not get forced, don't take, they wait for another misunderstanding or another irreconcilable issue between the political elites then, for me then make it another tripartite or quadruple. That is not it. Then for the watch, yes, because mind you, the things then they grew. So when they ask me, Mabel, when you look at them people there, they all they talk. But you get for take bold step, and we don't get opportunities in this country. Anytime something is national, treat nationally.
Dr. Silva,
yes.
You don't see successive governments them
yes,
from then two political parties. The data then they out there. Every one of them getting strength. When it comes to delivery, also you go place the APC or the SLPP saying that they strength this.
Yeah, well, like I say, it depends on which side person located. The only strength of them two parties there depends on where you're in governance. Even when I will take a typical example with Una. I know they say this because they don't know Una studio. Una don't grow in a very short time. People don't build trust and confidence in Una. Una call anybody, then they come because Una they do the right thing. So it's not just about talking. Not where you go to the panel in a one green country we get. Now, when I almost a cliche in this country, any politician where you speak to, say na one grain salon we get. But this one grain salon, you know, say you choose na one grain, na all stone you for kick. But we they undermine the state. So to me, I don't really see that the only difference, perhaps you might say, among them two parties there are the leadership they were then king. Just like what I mentioned, President Kaba in leadership, when in kind of power, the first thing we establish is say me not to president for SLPP. He said I'm a president of Australia. He established that. Perhaps now in background. And he lived by that. He lived by that. To the extent in terms of appointment, in terms of any other thing, he'd be able to do that. So during that period, even during wartime, he'd be still able to provide some services.
So President Kaba, now the only president by your estimation, we don't live by waiting he say before he come to power.
That is not what I'm saying, really.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying here is that even before he can have power, given the context we've been dependent, most of in policies, in strategies, and what we've been used now for address that period at a time. When the former President Nkrumah been there, instead of getting priorities, infrastructure and some other things, then he did very well in that area. For this time, for the past 7 years now, where President Biode, instead of getting priorities, they build on what he inherit from previous administration and all the like. Now they talk about youth, women's empowerment, and all of those things. Then they.
So basically, what you're saying, then governments there, where then don't promise citizens, try for canvass them votes, then they deliver on waiting and say then they do.
Well, sometimes they're not able for deliver because for me then deliver, me and you, we all then I will get rule for play. For instance, I've been listening on YouTube where the president, they talk, then I see the clip where they talk about land. They say they use land fiti fata. They do all of this. Sierra Leoneans are doing it, and until we all put hands on deck. Now that make Khadija Denkin say, a people deserve the government where then they elect. And the elite class, when I can always say, now which I said they about this country small. Because now we own colleagues then with former students, with former colleagues, now then at the offices. But we know they ask ourselves. Because the president in just the up yonder. No matter, however, whether you bring, if not the attitude of Sierra Leoneans, then no more. When I go one say, not to that we call Dr. Silva for, but let's put things straight. Whether we go bring the president of Germany, we bring Ankara, if not within the same environment, the economic environment, not to think for right home about, we have to accept that reality that we are poor. We have a lot of unfinished programs. Let's just imagine if we say we go backwards into history, all the time then they will talk about Star Australian Diamond, Jack #1, and what have you. If we don't do them roles then, by now whoever take the leadership of this country, no matter how you ambitious, it will find them very, very difficult. So like this conversation when I don't start so may not just stop at APC and SLPP. When I involve other people there into this, what is the journalists then supposed to do? What thing we for actually do? Because I can say this. There was a time during the where we been get UNAMC, where they been there. I've been get the opportunity for meet with the SRISG. Me and Mrs. Pratt by then, I've been they coordinate one peace program. So we go there. It make one statement up to this moment and not forget it. It's a one problem where we find out naturally. You say we're not a shock with governments then. With administrations, they will not shock them. As Shakespeare, I think say they talk about violent shock or whatever. He said because you get for demand. Some people are changing their chairs because you got that picking at the house where blunt. He said that they didn't chair, I don't feel that way again as a family. But when last are we asking for anything? Where this man, Tundeko, I like Tundeko, he go do a building at Frabe College from where me born at this country. Now one of the first Sierra Leoneans who don't give back to society. One of the best places, the most furnished classrooms, I can say in this country, in Indonesia. That's not a story.
So let me just bring you other co-panelists.
Okay.
Where we get to the studio. Well, in case you just tune in, they watch the breakfast show. And this they come live from Liberty Online TV. Yesterday we started a conversation. Also I'll ask the question between the APC and the SLPP, who's one Sierra Leonean and prefer for the governance, especially when it come for deliver on the manifesto promises. So bring two seasoned politicians, them Honorable Fakan and Honorable Ibrahim Ben Kagbo, then can lay the premise, and today we continue bring people them from the university where themselves now good key player them in terms of development, because they can go impact knowledge on most of the people who they come back down and serve, and most of the ministers they will get today, all of them go through the university. So waiting them feel from the university perspective. Now that's what they discussed this morning at the breakfast show.
And members, you say for the watch, can drop with your comments about your perspective between the APC and the SLPP. Whose party you say things say better they in governance, but state your reason why you they get your particular position where you go make na the program. When they come to the other studio guests, where it's good na Electoral also na leadership and governance department na IPAM, and I believe so when you talk about issues we got for do with governance, now one of the right people them for talk to, because then they impact knowledge when it come to governance and leadership. Dr. Moinina, what's in you young fear assessments where you go give between the APC and the SLPP? Also one better in governance where you look at service delivery.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Just like what's in Dr. Silva they talk, you're not going to compare the two without looking at the context in which they also come into power. For me, I believe say they also don't give a fair share of contribution to society. Let's look at SLPP under Pakaba. Of course, as Dr. Silva Lady premise to say, na be a war setting. We just come out from the war. We be the transition into a better country at the time. APC under Anes Baikoma, one of his statements that we make one of they forget to say, and go run the country like business, and definitely run the country like business. Now under His Excellency Julius Madabio, he gets two priority areas that we put. The first one was education for all, when I be in first-term mandate. Now I talk about the big 5 game changers, one of which are agriculture, second one are youth empowerment. Now, I'm not going to say that all two don't fail totally, but if we as a people for be very serious and for accept the fact that these two political parties have not done much in terms of service delivery, then they give we a lot of promises, but when it comes to delivery, it's almost like the revenge politics, the blame game, and all of these are just in play. So what to me they say is, let us now look at how best we can for shape our country for be waiting we want. Just like asking for things on the surface, is it really what we want? I remember quite recently we did look at the fuel prices. We say that the global markets fuel long go down. Where the talk come out, one green day, Leonco puts the fuel down to 23, then put it down to 25. Then others then say no, the price for come back, it can to 27. Today we have 25 and 24. We mean say if we ask for things, probably we can have them. But sometimes we just sit down docilely, they watch and want for let things and go away. It doesn't work like that. So along with me don't see from the politicians, if we sit down and make this way, oh, now the business, now we go suffer the consequences. And that is what is really happening to us. So for me, they also don't try, but yet still, they have not crossed the benchmark as to who's one successful.
In terms of expectation, waiting at the benchmarks them way then two party you don't just allude say yes, they don't try, they don't do their own beats, but they know will reach the benchmark rate because they all get tangibles, they all get targets them within one for meet. Like during the immediate past government of President Koroma, it been focused on infrastructure. He say one for open up the country, the one for facilitate trade with good roads, for let people who they into farming able get access to the roads and for bring them goods them come to the city. The results are there.
Was that achievable 100%?
Well, I cannot speak to that.
Out of 100%, I could tell you say it is achievable like 45 or 50%.
Okay, I'm coming, Doc.
Okay.
What I try for say now under President Bio, him can focus on education, free quality education, human capital development. 7 years down the line, the data they speak to how successful some of these in flagship programs are. So if they put them now on a scale of 100 in terms of delivery, we say place each one of them.
Well, I don't want to do just a normal scale. I want to do a Likert scale. We get for the most likely to succeed, less likely to succeed. I believe say they all two still they will like a 3 out of 10. Because for me, very simple. You talk about the flagship program of the SLPP. Even the school feeding program, is it still going on? I go do research the other day now upline. I find out say most of the school feeding programs and the provinces, they're not even effective anymore. Or now we don't shift all the attention to agriculture. We're not still able to feed we say fit. I don't even know what they happen to the rice projects at Tomaboom. I don't know what they happen to other projects that we do within. Currently, I do a research on what's the role of the microfinance institution for supports the big 5 game changers. I look at agriculture, I look at this youth empowerment skill. And from my preliminary findings, what I noticed now that even the MFIs, the microfinance institutions, then they find it difficult to actually give people the money for let them go do the farming. Because then they take and say, these people will not even pay back. Some of them, they go tell you, say, oh, na projects, what they do. And most of our farmers are doing subsistence farming. for Antomot. They know they actually do and forget that kind of achievement of the things that we look at. So it's really difficult for we for actually pinpoint what you really want to do.
Party can come in governance doc, they can get what they call manifesto. We based on waiting in the manifesto, now they can promise the people and say when they come, now that's in they can deliver. By your estimation, you say the both parties not don't do much as expected. Also, you feel say both parties they miss some where they can get sweet promises within the campaign, but when they come, they're not able to achieve waiting and promise.
I believe it was the US President Barack Obama always say your manifesto statements not just a statement really make that you're not even able to fulfill them if you want. Now, for a political party make a manifesto statement, it's very easy. You know, it just like way you meet somebody for the very first time. You say, I like you, I want you. 80% of it in a mandatory at that point in time, it's not actually realistic. It just a take because it won't forget your attention. Where you in a relationship after 1 year, 2 years, begin for assess. If you live by in words, then you go say, okay, this is somebody that I can take by his word. But the problem with it is this: they look at a trajectory where they continue year in elections in, elections out. I follow keenly where una the interview Honorable Abdul Kabu just now, where they talk say the walkout of the committee meeting of one of the people and then look at what in Adi Macaulay say. They say this is one of the region strategies. Of course, they will say that because they are in opposition now. But when they are in power, what will they do? This was another political party where even pulled the sitting vice president. They replaced her with another member within the political party. And at that point in time, who was there to even correct them? What do we say as a country? Nothing. And we looked at it from that perspective, say, okay, now then let them try down and go. But the time we waste for say let them try down, it's going to affect us as a people. So for me, I don't really want to go much into it because even way I been look at the topic and they think of SLPP, APC, the same people already give problem in the country. It's like we need to do away with these people and find another solution.
How the citizen will do away with them people here because he just saying that they're the same people where they cause problems in the country. How for do away with them?
We recycle them. Look at if even the second guest we una gets yesterday, Honorable Alpha Khan. Before now, he was a member of the APC. Automatically, they appoint him as presidential advisor. He was there for a while. Then, inside this 2025, and I'll reflect from APC go SLPP. Is that really a definitive politician?
The nation need new crop of young politicians.
Well, I won't say
from
new
a
crop.
perspective, go change the way how things don't they go.
I won't say new crop. We just need a focus-minded politician. Somebody where me, I can talk and say, if we get leader way, if you say me I want, I'm not I want. It changed a lot of trajectory into this country. Salongo experienced better leadership. But we're not going to possibly go and say, now one time I want to change them. We don't see other African countries them. They don't get leaders them of such. We stand up and say, this is what I want, and he do what he wants, and left the stage. But some of us, when we get to power, even Mr. Services on us, a lot of people like if you say, this guy, so they talk about who he did this, he did that. I won't tell you that I'm a saint. I get my own leadership takes away, some people are not go like.
I still ask the question, Dr. Moinina, how Sierra Leone and therefore do away with them two political parties we just make mention of?
Let us think of other people that should help us. These people, SLPP, APC, they will not.
They can lead the party them, that you think that the problem, or
now the individual they make the party.
Politically, the party then set up the ideologies.
Now the individual they make up the party. There is no SLPP without individuals. There is no APC without individuals. So I believe, say, these people where we get from God knows when, they have always been there.
How to break the chain of recycling, then same politicians here? Because when you look at them, the APC come out from the SLPP, so they are the same people like how you say. How to break this chain of recycling, the same politicians them, where they feel say, now by turn, where you come on and me turn for can lead?
If I tell you say academics get all the solutions to the problem, I lie by you. Some leaders can imagine based on situation. I can give you an example. There was a time where we began one problem in the country where we began this guy we then call American stress. That's why we die. He was very vibrant at that point in time. For what he do. Yes. But then we for look at how best we can able for change some of these perspectives. I watch a lot of parliamentary sessions. I'll tell you, Honorable Abdul Kabo is doing a very good job. They try. They do very good things. But sometimes I look at it like, if he was not in APC, probably he would have been a better option. Some of we look at KKY as a better option until, well,
because that's a
currently he's like trying for be.
They don't make the attempt.
Yeah.
For set a new political organization through forming another party, but almost see how we end up.
Yeah.
Able for survive.
Well, I don't think so. That the party now we structure right. That we need for look at how best we can get leaders. Maybe we for just try an independent candidate.
All right, let's bring in Dr. Silva, the political analyst here.
Yes.
You don't listen to Dr. Moinina. In belief, say Sierra Leone and for begin get the thoughts of trying somebody will go be an individual, maybe an independent candidate.
Well, yes, it is easier said than done. But a lot of great time because when they talk about a country, me anytime they talk about Sierra Leone, I can get the Sierra Leone before me. Let us not forget, say, these political parties, the SLPP and the APC, they are not just sit on like political parties all over the world, and they recruit. Now, if you really do a fair survey, you look at the ones then, oh, where would they hear it? Because it's not official. When you look at the flag bearer aspirants for the SLPP, the ones then where they don't show up, where they say they get one, but they are all very young people. So this idea of changing, these people have been recruited already.
With the same characters.
Well, with the same character. You know, I can say that not all, not as a bad character per se. You have younger people where, in fact, now within the APC and the SLPP, the younger people are doing very well there, and that so they get for take that leadership. So that intergenerational change, where would they feel say they happen, it not get for happen quickly in Sierra Leone. We get for get down the street. But just like when my colleague they say so, who side we don't reach now as a people, now that make we get elections. There is no way you get for eliminate a political party. The only way they eliminate a political party in a democracy, not through the ballot box. President Mahama of Ghana, he come, then can they beat him. He come back, he win. But that is Ghana because then political culture don't change. And besides that, Khadija, I will be very frank with you, say, because people then they listen under. This over-reliance on state funds, now we problem in this country. So meaning even what would they say this person have been there at this party, I don't commodity and all the rest of it, not necessarily for say there is any ideological differences per se. Some people always want to get access to the gleam. Yeah. Then the whole problem that. Unless and until we do that. So until we get a leadership, or even the current leadership of this country really tighten up, maybe make sure say the money where they for provide the social services and where we start this conversation with. It's done in this country. Some individuals are wealthier than the state. Any country, the politicians in America are not actually among the wealthiest Americans. Of course, the current President Trump, he born in meeting Papana billionaire, so he is, and all the rest of that. But what you can't see don't really, how function are these political parties then they? Now this thing I will for check. Because as an institution, if you're able to operate, now if you go across Sierra Leone, how many well-functioning APC party offices you can see? Because if you're able to operate as a political institution, as an institution, even when you are not in governance. So these are the questions so they try to ask. Me can ask me, I don't know. But perhaps then we're able to tell a political party they not get right for embark on any other activity so that even when they are not in governance, then go able for keeping structures then intact and all the rest of it.
Dr. Silva, as a political scientist, genuinely, what you feel say Sierra Leone as a state don't suffer from, we make development stagnant for over how many years? Is it leadership or behavioral pattern?
Well, yes, leadership get for be blamed because at the end of the day, the leadership gets a long way for play. But also, honestly, now we look at the quality of institutions. I remember I can ask one question. They look at something, I see that question, I still like When one person in course outline this same comparative policies of developing countries, we don't teach for the past 10 years. I see something will make me so happy. The man starts in you. He say, why make some country then poor, other ones then rich? We therefore ask that question. Now, this kind of question I would discuss on now. What thing actually make we poor? What thing are the difference between we? The population of Accra as a city, it pass value. And when you look at the valuable minerals, then what we don't get. If we are talking about roads, 60 years after independence, we don't get diamond in this country, according to history, 1930. So really, now we money will not be used fine.
Because that's what they want to ask you.
I think we are wasteful.
Is Sierra Leone really poor on our just mismanagement by the one them way Kindena authority for managing natural resources, for example, where the country gets?
Yes, we are put that in the then refer me to one book, Why Nations Fail. The first 2 chapters, and where I read them, what they ask now, they say, why make some country poor, why some people then poor? Then use them 3 times, then say institutions. Why make them stressor? And when they talk about the quality and integrity of the institution, just like we want to don't ask who, the ones they say for when they bring Canada, when they bring on board for can do this work, instead get a rule for play in terms of the credibility and that. It's our recruitment some of the time.
There, Dr. Silva, one go and argue say, now individual them, and then they set up the institution there, the same individual them, now then can go lead the institution there, and most of the individual there, for example, I'll just take you as an example. Now you're a political scientist. You then at the classroom, you lecture various modules. For example, public administration. Today they appoint you for lead any public institution. If you fail, now you then go all responsible.
Yeah, to some point they go hold me responsible. But what thinking happen normally? Every institution that they work for get a culture. Democracy is just a culture. The rules are there. Like even what the honorable been the saying, the rules are there. And that culture they will neglect. We they only speak democracy, we just use it as an instrument for them to go into power or stay in power. But we not really get the values, and then values then they make them Rwanda, then they go before, and then things then they. So it's difficult.
Yes, Doctor, they cancel you.
Yeah,
Inside the value
inside the values they can stop. We get a lot of compromises that we don't do.
Who they compromise them? Now the individuals.
Yeah, now the individuals, but that culture they unless and until we get a culture, we get a crop of Sierra Leoneans. Not to, in fact, I mean, not able for be part of that change. I'm not able for change because we don't own now. But we get forget a crop of Sierra Leoneans until we begin ask we say, but fellow, who say you don't pull this money out within these 2 years? You don't be this house, you don't be this house now. But some of the time we celebrate them. Then they don't make it, and all the rest of it. Me don't get that bitter experience. I work for a government institution. All what in at the problem we have been the face with people they say, Charles, you are almost always talking about integrity. Thing we're not in a shop, and believe me, with the clamor for go America, with the clamor for go now UK and all the rest of it, you get Sierra Leoneans then we don't left Sierra Leone today. They are out there working for organizations in other parts of the world. Then they behave very well because that's time not they.
Dr. Silva, is integrity lacking in the Sierra Leone society?
Many of us. Across the board, not only the time we are too quick to point hands at the politicians, but when they point the one hand on the politicians, then the rest of it they remain to you. Because at the end of the day, this is a small country. You know me, sister. Me and you two don't become friends. We don't get a formal encounter. You get right for telling me, hey, dog, this thing way they do so or not correct, and then can still because we get for set that example. But frankly speaking. Then political party because of their attitude change. Where President Nkrumah been come, he talk about attitudinal change. One argument was been put up of blessed memory that thing when Dr. Thomas will be in the header. We meet at SLPP. I say we got a problem here. We don't even identify the attitudes then. Because you got to start that one thing problem the identification of your problem is very very important. Motor man, I make you say for later on net. Even when they do this now, why they go to me house? I sit down. Me one day in my quiet moment, I say, how I perform at that place? Did I say anything way rowdy? How then you go able for make amends? But would they repeat the same problems and no more?
To the next question, Doc.
Yes, ma'am.
Also, for starts, if as a nation we are to fix the wrongs of the past moving forward, also for starts.
We for start, honestly speaking, we for strengthening with institutions. And by strengthening that institution, it not necessarily means I can still recall. An excellent question you asked. 2007, when former President Nkrumah assumed office as president. Within a television, and somebody asked me whether if I can meet President Nkrumah, what I go tell him. I said I go tell him simple, and this I can even tell President Bill or anybody within in leadership. the people then you not necessarily mean say the person we provide the loudest noise from your election for always become somebody. The people that we need for run a government quite different from the one that we need for elections. That now made them they put emphasis in schools and all the rest of it. But really that now one thing that we're lacking. Because some of the time we know the background of people. The white people are very fussy about that. You got for that background checking. Just like I can make fun that class. I say, well, you bring one then I call it the person money with society money they eat and then you go make her as minister. It's like giving a gun to a thief. So now that I can
we all don't go through postal.
exactly. No, I just do that example then at that for background checking. Honestly speaking, all these problems we will get as a country now with institutions. And not of us say the same institutions that we then they Ghana then now. If we look at everything about us, we get very good policies, but translating them policies into action, the exceptions are too many. Just like where my brother been just the talk. For instance, there is a process where somebody they run for president, you get forget you running it, right? Meaning they are voting for both of you. Then if somebody else get for pull you on running mate using other means, it's wrong. Even where the honorable been the talk, for God's sake, they talk about somebody working for elections. But me know Mr. Infa Conte, when I have been the Electoral Commissioner in 2018 elections, he spent the rest of his life na election. He was a worker. In fact, na true and we be get with result. We didn't transfer now na Kenema. So we got to be really careful if we want for really instill democratic culture into society. I can even tell people then say if you really go by democratic norms, you translate that into action. If it govern your relationship at family level, at the state level, at institutional level, believe me, you don't need to go begin the dinner church or mosque whole night. You say you're not born again because everything about democracy now for let we live happily. Let we take ownership. But a lot of Sierra Leoneans are spectators. Something is wrong with that. These are the little bits of things then we will ignore. As we say now in Sierra Leone, we get people then we get a lot for contributing to this country, but they are sitting. We get that bad habit in this country for say I am not going to contribute to this because my party is not in office. And that one is wrong. If your party comes, if you inherit something, fine. Somebody has to change that narrative. That status quo. Now really now we problem.
Moinina,
Yes.
you believe say the institutions are the problems, according to Dr. Silva.
The institutions are one, but also we also get a mindset problem. I've been there on one of our sister radio station the other day, and somebody share a very interesting perspective. We make a laugh. He say, why is it that they run a story for one bridge we then say book upline, we then say individuals the way they run for party for comfort and provide resources. Now the question we are asked is it that we they look for rich people and for carry on politics, or is politics only meant for the rich? That is something again we I think about a lot. That as part of a social contract, if we they take politics like a business venture, I spend 50 million leons, I can to power. Waiting at my first target. Now for pull me it money come out and get me profit running. So if we continue in that trajectory, it also means say Salon will just be like a state farm. With all the politicians the way they come, they put some money, get into power, and thief the rest of the time. Where I believe so that they don't happen for a while. Because most of the time, we give example of the APC being in the opposition now. Go to all their party offices there, all over the country. They are very dilapidated. Some of them, they don't even function well. But when they come to power, it will be flourishing. Same with the SLPP. Now it's flourishing. Everywhere you go, you will see very good party offices, building, everything going well. Where is this money coming from? Who said and they pull their money there? That's one question I believe say we know the answer. So I believe say the mindset where we get as a people also need for change. That way you can power not to focus amass wealth, not for can serve. But most of us we are waiting to be served rather than serving. And if not the case, then I don't believe say we ready for make that kind big change we want. Because okay, look at it from this angle that what's to make Alaji KKY be left SLPP at the time. They needed a flag bearer and they also needed a running mate. We get financial power at the time for push. I end up with VP inside. gave a lot of financial resources, became VP. Since he became VP, one thing where I noticed about him, he's so docile, so quiet. Is he don't quiet one? Whatever on a say now on a state, he not get problem with that. He's just going along. But things happen on the fold. Now we're coming out to 2028. Of course, we've seen so many names coming up for flag bearer. Everybody they can showcase, knack chest, na me want this, na me want this. But at the end of the day, who would win? It's only the affluent people, those who have the resources. And then at the end of the day, we still come back to the same business as usual, things going on. So I believe, say, we need to forget that switch, that transition. Let's see how best, if this person is going to serve, let that person serve in the interest. If we take other countries as example, some leaders will tell you that I don't even take salary. I want to serve the states well. But almost per leaders will actually do that. I give that example in the last time when they talk about leadership taking route. I say even the route to His Excellency Us. Now we can to power 9 Emeka. This was within Ajuba. But over the years, it was very bad. For even get access for good, it was difficult. But immediately when he became president, they make the road and everything. I go Matru the other day. I passed through Tiun. The road to Tiun is very bad. Very, very bad for a sitting president. And when you done now, the people then will begin for complain back. So what is it about our mindset? Are we really ready for change? Are we going to make a better impact in society?
The question now is how this mindset change where they ask for this transition.
It starts with us, the individual. It starts with us, the individual. Let's get a service mentality. Let we get the mentality say, I can't for serve, I can't for do something for change the country. But most of us, we are coming to power because we want to get money. Anybody within an answer, including users and maybe wasted on. So if you tell your family member, say, I they run for any political office, the first way they remember now the returns. And then remember what really you can do. So, and also we get some of my family members that way they ask of too many favors from us. They don't even know you salary too. But then they tell you, say, hey, maybe where you can do, I will send me picking go overseas, do this for me. And sometimes these are the people that led us to be very corrupt.
Why do leaders change, Dr. Moinina?
Like I just give you the example. One, the pressures from the people in the background. Like a lot of us ask for too many things without even knowing the financial standing of the person. I can tell you, say, right now, anybody who come in contact with a politician, the first think of almost the milk from him. Not so almost actually able to give back to society. And then they make a lot of leaders and they become very corrupt. Then they look out now for opportunities for make more money.
We are heading to the 2028 elections, and based on your own analysis where you the key, the names them all where you don't hear so far, this crop of politicians where we see now them they go towards the 2028 elections, you think say this crop of politicians go be anywhere different from the experience where Sierra Leoneans don't get, both the APC and the SLPP?
I'm not saying any name. Well, maybe for the APC, I see this Dr. Bangura. Yeah, he's kind of a new face. Some of we not see it, I know, but the rest of them, for SLPP, I don't see no new name. It's like they're all the same people, like the same bunch, just to try for galvanize. And what's even interesting, I don't know if that's true, I'm still verifying that the first lady also they run for SLPP. I'm like, wow, this is really, really serious. That's really make election a family property. But let's see the outcome. We can preempt.
Are you hopeful among the crop of faces or names, although not official yet, but some who don't see posters and some who don't interview them now, they don't confirm, say, yes, I am running, I want to be the next flag bearer, especially from the APC. We don't do series from the all we don't come out. The last one we'll get now, Dr. Falamara, Dr. Ibrahim Bangura, the Macaulay, Richard Conte, you name them. The SLPP, no official confirmation not come up from none of the eight, but within the corridors, among the supporters, names that don't begin emerge.
We don't see all the names in there. I don't see, and just like you rightly say, Asabi, most of them, they are friends, both APC and SLPP, Asabi them. But that hope what you ask for all of us as Sierra Leoneans, Now only then kind sessions where they do so, and other radio stations then they do, other people then they do, and even the clergy, be they Muslims or Christian, we all get for come on board. Because mind you, these people, whether you go bring a saint, whether you go put somebody in a heaven, you bring that. Now we get for change that in there. And the only way we go for change are now with institutions. Then we say they wouldn't call so. Because having things then, they do one. Me go at this. Everybody work for the AU now. He's a friend. So he go pick me and Kelvin in our hotel for he take we out. Everybody share something with me. He said there was a time where some very brief petrol scarcity came. Now this. So he asked an Ethiopian where they all the work. He said, "Why you able to forget petrol?" He said, "That man they don't have grown in the road." It's so unbelievable for say there is any other means of getting fare other than the gas station. Yeah. When they say petrol don't scarce, the one that we get to, not to then the load houses and they make, it is as small as that. So when they talk about institutions from people then they know the cost because the family will then come out. Plus, you know the cost they, not so. You equally get some picking then by the time they 10, then we don't turn professor in terms of abusive language. Now the home. So now the environment will get for change. Believe me, if once we're able to change this environment collectively, and the elite class gets role for play, or for us, we belong to that class. Now, when I own role in the play, so very, very well. Now, when I own role with the play, we know say people then they hear we.
So, Doc, the question here now is
yes,
moving towards the 2028 elections, then crop of politicians here where we don't hear about. If any of them emerge, should Sierra Leoneans be hopeful? Say that change where they defend. And then any of them where we don't hear of?
Well, you're not go able for when that man become president or the man become minister, you can say, this is not modest person. This is not very married somebody. I mean, at least in one picture, man, we talk something, we make a lot of sense for me as a political science scholar. He said, when you say this person here is docile, the person humble, or this person here, you not get time, he's so down to earth, he said, wait for us, make it get an alternative. He said, wait for us, make it get an alternative. So when that man they preach, I reflect on Sierra Leone, I say it happen. Now we have friends, bosom friends. Because of the current status in the country, you call them, they don't even pick calls. So that same person, they say, I will guide them, down to earth man, a nice man. So let we wait and see. We will all put hands together, let we put her into prayer. We need some divine intervention in all of this. May God give we somebody, that woman or that man, where you come, where you go look at things, change, and like, way, for instance, Kagame, they don't do. Because that thing, they know the theory. You get for why make everybody they pray? Now because we know nobody no want go hell. We have very good laws in this country, but we are not using it properly. We not use them properly. Why make them they punish me? They know they punish me. It's all about the law, and that's one of the key responsibility of the states in any country. The rule of law. Not a thing where you get for ban. If you apply accordingly. When somebody know, you will not say if you go to Ghana airport, if you park the, if you say na 10 minutes, you don't book for after you add 1 minute, you pay $150. If you work at the streets of London, which is Sierra Leoneans and where they embarrass with own police, then they embarrass with judges there and all them things, and the whole then at country, they would play by the rule. Because nobody no get for encourage you. But really, to be honest, some of the time, what would they anticipate for this change? Now we then they use the instrument again for perpetrate the same thing. And the elite class, I keep saying, because really, why make them they pay attention all over the world to education? We own business, we own smartness in this country, where we don't learn, we own smartness. All them land business are what they talk, not to poor people there, not to grassroots there, now the tap roots there. Now they grab the land. Some man they come out, he don't land book, he go in village. Instead of taking a project in that village where in people then say go team up, he want make everybody come bigger. So like where dog mean they say we all they say then the pipe pressure on we me know me farm will not the pipe pressure on me. Because me if you then at the village, you know if I strengthen you to do your farming. And before past time no day again, this thing we want to talk about even in this agriculture. I've been doing some small work in my village. I get up to 500 bushels. The WFP and the Ministry of Agriculture, where I go, they then say, now me get for care that rest, they go na machine that beat a sell and get it. If you want rest, you go buy in the market. So what did I do? I'm not being boastful here. Now myself just call me brother. I say, Sheba, me brother then sister then all na the surrounding with Sheba. I felt satisfied with that. So we also get for this idea for some of the time. Let me look at from some other perspective, Dr. Moinina. We feel say we glorify when people then they can't beg we. which should not actually be the case. And one grain tick not the big forest. You might die. So the hope here is very good, but we will therefore continue what we they do so. And as we go along, let will not be the imagine. Let come the hit the issue also. Now they ask you the question. Let we just continue in that way. Then say for then they way. And you will only enjoy as president or as a minister where a country peace they prevail day. And development gets ramifications for peaceful coexistence. Now this also now we problem. You can forget resources. If Kwedo audience then they under then they almost challenge the state. It's not about Kono, it's the state. What thing happen now Ghana? Then says the president says if I listen to now Instagram where they say they don't get a mining company in Ghana for the past 30 years where then documentation not been poor. You know who they call you say you don't drive them. You have to take the bull by the horn. You see, we get other African countries the way they not get the water SSFO get now, so it's really very unfortunate. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty.
So now that could ask how to fix some of the issues here because the countries way salon, for example, let we say the US they go big too. We see Donald Trump, this BNSM call African leaders because they believe say minerals in they where then the US need, but we get some in Africa, then they come take from we, then we they go big from them. How for fix some of these issues? How
we get for fix and actually with nationalism and weak. And one thing they will take today will not able to deal with an Australian with the Dodger. Which is the division we will get as a country at independence. No leader, no one day address that thing. They would they call names of blessed memory President Kabase bad heart. President Kuma come in several come is attitudinal change. I don't know now the current trend, but it's all gearing towards that. We really need a regular national conference. Let we know say only Sierra Leone can solve some of the problems that we'll get. You can get everything, you feel say you okay, but certain things and then only the country. But we starve this nation a lot. I think say even the ones that they aspire. This now leadership and you get for can lead over millions of people. Me know say God can put on there. May God give you a leader where incessant will really come. You change things. How many times at the close of this century will all die? Anybody where they are alive right now? At the close of this century, we all know the day. So do certain things then like how then Kagame then they do. People are doing it and we save the tribe, but we need to do more.
As a closing note,
yes, ma'am.
Yeah. We ask to the question.
Yes, ma'am.
Direct answer for both the APC and the SLPP who are good at service delivery. Based on our answer in the conversation we don't get so far, it clearly shows say both of them parties are not able to deliver it on some of the manifesto promises. Going forward, how then go able ensure say then deliver, especially on key programs them where they can put on the table as a bargaining chip.
What you know go savage we the only solution we will get like it don't happen in all other countries then let we actually make sure say we make use of the right people. People will get shame. Somebody not necessarily need for belong to your party for make you appoint. You appoint that man or that woman there because you know about in record. Now one thing that we will make we and now we get an opportunity. I don't know, but I think we still they grapple with the constitutional review something we done start some time ago. The constitution not for be a trap. You know for set trap before you show your neighbor. But many a time with policies then a trap. Let us not focus on individual. Let us focus on habits. Because the most of man can die. But the habits they left. So now the only way that let we all work towards that at the individual level, at institutional level, even when I say for una they are then at university, then things, then they all let we all really be part of that crusade. It's no more about blame game. How do we change? Just like we wanna ask. Because now this explanation no more. If come 2028, now then same explanation I will get for dependent. That means we are running on the spot, meaning we are not progressing. Let we say yes. 5 years ago, this has happened. When Kagame can now Rwanda, the first thing we do, you know what thing happened there. He outlaw. You know they even mention about their names and they again. But up to this moment, people in high places they can even make aspersions, which is not good. At one point, you need me or I need you. You know. But many a time, they behave as if some people even they take and say that they get country, others are merely supporting them. Some Sierra Leoneans, they feel say the most Sierra Leone pass other Sierra Leoneans. If they really miss it, they treat you like I say, you come up from a different country. I shouldn't be that day. President Trump, one of the things we make away is American for Americans and Sierra Leone for Sierra Leoneans. That will protect the limited resources then we'll get. Not to tell somebody just get for the taker no more, what this person taker, then we divide on the issue. If now Dr. Moinina now they say I don't pour government money, say no, my man, I pull him down syndrome, they bring semantics there. They say kill dog before dog, make dog know say die. You don't need to witch hunt somebody, but make play by the rule.
All right, Dr.
Yes, ma'am.
We just look at some messages them.
Yeah.
Send. The first one they read now from us friend Kamara. They say institutional radical reform and civil service reform to transform lives is a key part towards changes.
All right, so look at more messages. This one from Thomas Rogers say both the APC and the SLPP leadership has continuously failed the people of Sierra Leone across the board. For decades, they've watched as these two main political parties put their interests above those of the nation. Our institutions, ministries, departments, and agencies are corrupt, mismanaged, and a lack of transparency. What's worse is that no one is being held accountable, not the ministers, not the directors, not even the ones at the top. The checks and balances that should protect the public resources have been weakened and ignored. And in the end, it's ordinary Sierra Leoneans who pays the price. No jobs, poor health facility, rising food prices, and a falling education system. Until leadership stops being about party loyalty and starts being about service delivery for the people, this cycle of failure will continue.
Ali Fatah Al-Hadi, they say, Dr. Silva, I agree with you. Our institutions are weak because they are not meritocratic. Many people are employed based on political, regional, or tribal sentiment, not integrity and competence.
Ibs Bank say 3/10. This is even good. 2/10, no electricity for 60 years, no water for 60 years. Even our state house is not up to date. For example, the CCTV camera not in a parliament, not even better wash facilities at UE building cannot be talked about. Worst situation under the APC and SLPP, 2/10 for me.
All right, more messages. We don't come na the program this morning. This one they say, all right, the revenge politics played by APC and SLPP has dwarfed progress in development. APC has orchestrated demonstrations and protests undermining progressive agenda. This put development on the back burner.
All right, because of time, the final one we may go look at is Sakabo say governance is service delivery. It's not just about roads or buildings. It's about how you treat people, how you prevent tribalism, segregation, or abuse of office. So when someone talks about which party has delivered better in Sierra Leone, governance must be part of that conversation, not just physical structures. If you are talking about delivery under the SLPP and President Bio, you must also ask, has there been fairness? Has tribalism reduced or inflamed? Has critics been respected or silenced? Has governance been inclusive and just? A question the way they ask.
My last one they take now from David M. Tollin on YouTube. They say changing the parties is not the solution. I think there are still good politicians in this party. We the citizens should be vigilant and cautious in choosing our leaders. We are too tired to be our parties.
From the message, and they will come over to you, Dr. Moinina. Moving forward as to the wrap-up. Waiting it for be done, especially these crucial moments moving towards the 2028 elections, where Sierra Leoneans then for decide this crop of politicians. Waiting it for be done at this time.
But what you want to achieve at the moment, we for put them in three strata: short term, medium term, and long term. Short term, most important one same at the moment. Medium term, one that we will for evaluate, and long term moving forward, which we want for do. I believe say if we will for do then three things and they for now we will for choose a better leader. And just before I go, there was something where una be do the last wakana, so I know this una do again. Una be do vox pop. They try to forget the views of Sierra Leoneans. Sometimes it's good also. Let us hear from them before even the program. Let we know, because some of them can inform we of what they really would talk about, whether it's true or not. And I still not give up on Sierra Leone. We can still make the needed changes, if and only if we're ready for make them changes. And everybody gets a role for play. You, the individual, the politician, the states, everybody gets a role for play. Let's see how best we can make Sierra Leone workable for all.
All right. Many thanks on our journey this morning. Parting comment from you, Dr. Silva. What will be your advice to Sierra Leoneans at this stage?
Just like me, brother, so let us all remain hopeful, because hopelessness is bad. Let us remain hopeful. We can still, we get to be honest. You don't only need to be a president or director or aspirants for as flag bearer, but we all in our various capacities then. We actually, it's not just enough for say, now one green salon we get, now the only country this way we like. That thing we like is for pamper and for whole and fine. Let we really give administration after administration, let we allow we administrations then for deliver. Because any obstruction, it disrupt the whole thing. Already we pull. That's more one way you sit down, you not get better clothes by the time they know you don't care the one. You can't do it that way. The Americans today, they get reserved because they don't get things then we they don't do some 100 years ago. It did. But we now we get that culture, we feel say we they undermine individuals or we they undermine this party. Now you yourself they undermine, now the country they undermine. So let we really demonstrate at all levels, whether you're a teacher or whether you're a nurse, it is be fair to that other person where they meet you for treatment, because today perhaps and now we're not the leaders then. Most of the ones then are we get students then where we don't teach from first year today, they are ministers. And some of them they see we as role models. So we all in with different capacities then. Anytime you help a Sierra Leonean, you are helping your country, not necessarily your party. Let's be fair with one another. That's not the only way we're able to see ourselves as one people, and then we commit ourselves to the national goal. Yeah.
Many thanks for joining me, Dr. Charles Silva, and also to you who watch and contribute to the conversation this morning. This is Liberty TV. They bring into a series of topics them for ensure say we talk about issues that we get for do with national development, peace, security, and democracy, as now that we stand for as a media institution. Many thanks to Musa Saokoma, who support the production team. Continue to watch Liberty TV throughout the day. We get very interesting content and what they produce for now. They say have a nice day.
All right, till we meet again, Mabel Kabadi say get a good day and goodbye.
Develop city, then clean, all clean city, develop.
This is Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown. And today, I want to talk to Freetonians about sanitation. We objective, transform Freetown, transforming lives. We not go able to achieve them if we all not join hands. Freetown City Council get role, but every Freetonian also get responsibility. Let we start first with the fact say FCC with the sweep 110 major streets every single morning from Monday to Saturday. But when we don't sweep the streets, if Freetonians then come and they continue for heap dirty in the street, in order to make the place look fine. Now make we get them litter bins them. The yellow bins we wanna go see around. So when you waka, you drink from your water bottle, your water plastic, you eat your packets on tin, not even a ground where you don't. Make sure say you put on one of them bins then they. That litter bin they, in order for you host dirty. You know mean say if you pack you host dirty, you can pin her next to the bins them. Not to the idea that. Not give you host dirty to them one way the Allah say clean salon. No say that dirty way they collect now you host. e no get for Karango na the one of the two official sites. You know the Karango Kisibome, you know the Karango King Tombome. It turns so it left on a ground. And now we council get a problem, but you self get a problem because now front somebody else in Domot, your own dirty don't end up. So wait you for do with you host dirty. We get the one then a council where we don't certify. Say then are approved waste providers. Then they on tricycles, some of them they a vehicle. You will get host, you will get business, you in a hospital, institution, everybody for make sure say then waste collected by an approved FCC waste collector. We get the tricycle groups, we get the companies, so you go see them around. We engage with them on a regular basis. And what do we go do now as we come into this new year? Now for make sure say FCC stand behind them for you for no side and day and for let them self go to you so that we no go get that gap. When you eat dirty in a gutter, it end up na Lumley Beach, Toke Beach. All the tourism ambition where we get for the city, we lost that potential there. FCC, they spend boku money pan dirty business. The fuel, the labor, the vehicle maintenance, the spare parts, the night operations, the illegal dump site clearing where we get for the do every now and then. All that boku money. I'm not gonna say we're not gonna spend anything, but we're going to reduce some. If Fritonians then do the right thing. Because we not go get for go clear illegal dump sites. We not go get for sweep as many streets and spend as long. So if we reduce that money we spend now on dirty business, we go able put some on development. We all want for improving municipal schools. We want improving markets them. We want for let we see new developments at the city. That money we use for dirty business. You and while we all make up with mind. Pay.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.